wanyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Thank you so much for joining, wherever you are joining from. Mazi Happiness Ndo, thank you so much for joining. You are welcome, and I appreciate your coming. Thank you so much for your joining and supporting the broadcast. Please share the broadcast to all platforms. Share it to your groups. Share it to your WhatsApp group, wherever you belong. Share the broadcast. Share it. Let's go wide. Share it to everywhere where you are concerned. Share the broadcast. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Share the broadcast to all platforms. As you come in, you share it. When you share, other people will get it and they will extend it to others also. We have to continue. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the attract. They are bringing from all corners. Chukwukabiyama will finish all of them. Julius Elijah, thank you so much for joining. Julius Elijah, thank you so much for joining. Julius Elijah. Nzubu Victor, thank you for joining. Victor, thank you so much for joining. May Chukwukabiyama protect and strengthen every one of you. We must continue. We must continue. This is my first broadcast for this year. I've not been able to come online due to some pressure and some other important things I've been doing. So I just decided I have to come in briefly today to continue to preach the gospel, because we cannot stop. Just as I said before, that in 2022, we are going to have more challenges. 2022 is going to be more difficult than you expect. It is going to be more difficult. It's going to be more tough. But meanwhile, before we go fully into the broadcast, as it is a new year and the first broadcast of the year, I would like to start the broadcast with the Biafran national anthem, and again with the prayer of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu. That is how I would like to start my first broadcast of the year. I started with the prayer of Nnamdi Kanu and the national anthem. So let us go there.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukabiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukabiyama banye ndefe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro, iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nkede ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-asị na ịja mmanụ n'otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ndị kwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi nara otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise ise ise.
Welcome, 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 wonderful Biafrans. I welcome you in 2022. In 2022, for those of you who have seen my previous video, my last video in the last year, I said it that 2022 is going to be a very serious year. I said it that Biafran should not go to sleep. And for the record, I am only standing for the truth and for the truth alone. I stand for truth and consistency. Those are what I stand for. I stand for truth and consistency. It doesn't matter who is concerned. It doesn't matter who is talking. It doesn't matter who you think you are. I give no damn about you. I'm only concerned about the truth and being consistent. That is what I stand for. And I will continue to do that until Biafra comes. And even after Biafra has come, we will continue to preach the message so that those people who has been poisoned by the Janjaweed, they will be liberated. Because the Janjaweed have poisoned a lot of Biafrans. They no longer think right. Some of them cannot be able to differentiate between good and evil anymore. Even when they are seeing good staring at them, they are so scared to call it what it is. So I said it on my last broadcast of last year that this year is going to be a terrible year. We have to prepare for what is coming. You are going to see more propaganda. You are going to see more attacks. You are going to see more blackmails. You will see more death. You will see more distractions. Everything is going to increase. And as you are seeing all this is coming, what every single Biafran has to do wherever you are is to stand firm. Whatever you are doing to make sure that our Supreme Leader mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. Whatever you are doing to make sure that we actualize Biafra through the release of our Supreme Leader mazi Nnamdi Kanu, continue to do it and intensify in it. Anything you know you are doing to make sure that Biafra comes, you have to intensify in it, increasing your effort. Increasing your effort. Anything you are doing to make sure that Biafra comes, intensify in your effort. That is what we are good. That is what we'll be doing. If you know you are the one that is praying, pray harder. If you are embarking on civil disobedience, prepare yourself for something that is stronger than what you are doing before. Civil disobedience that we know now is sit at home we are having on Sundays and on Monday. Sit at home on Sundays and Monday and prepare yourself to begin to withdraw your revenue from the conventional country called Nigeria, that very country called Nigeria. Prepare to withdraw your revenue from them. Any revenue you are paying to the contractor called Nigeria through local governments, through state government and federal government, people in Biafra now should embrace themselves to stop paying those revenue, because each time you are paying those money, you are trying to finance the Janjaweed that are going to come to kill you. That is what you are doing. So, as we are now in 2022, prepare for the kind of civil disobedience you have never seen before. That is what we have to prepare for. Do not allow anybody to distract you with their statement or their whatever they want to say. Don't allow them to distract you. I said it last year that this year there will be more distraction. Please share the video to all platforms. Share the video to your family and friends. Any group where you belong, share the video so that people will hear what we are saying, because this year is going to be not like any other year. This is a year that we will fight like never before. This is a year that you will see challenges like never before. This is a year that our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. It doesn't matter what anybody does. We are going to fight tooth and nail to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is real. And the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the coming of Biafra. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what we believe. And as many as are wishing, thinking that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to stay longer in detention, that is going to come out, let me tell you, you will definitely be disappointed this year and you'll be taken out. And as many have said, over their dead body will Biafra come, over their dead body will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released. This is their time to go down. This is the time. I am not threatening anybody. It is not a threat, but this is exactly what is going to happen. The year 2022 is a year of victory. And to get that victory, it is not by just saying a year of victory and you go and sleep. It is not just by pronouncing a year of victory, you go and sleep. It has started happening. I said it in the past year that this year you will see more deceit. More deceit. And for you to survive this very year, 2022, as a Biafran, for you to survive and be among those who will welcome our Sudan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and walk into Biafra with victory, for you to be part of those, you have to be sane. Your mental capacity has to be very, very strong. You have to be mentally okay. Try to apply your common sense in everything you are hearing. There will be more propaganda. I tell you, there will be much more propaganda. And the only advice I'm going to give every single soul that is watching this video, wherever you're watching from, share to all platforms, share it to family and friends, share it in your own platform, in your own WhatsApp group. The advice I'm going to give you, let me tell you, every single message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached in the past, every broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made in the past, is for you and for I. And there are so many secrets and information that are hidden in the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just as he used to say, is a gospel. Message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a gospel. Hold on it. Try to revise back to every message he has preached. Listen carefully. In every of those messages, you will pick a point. You will pick something that is going to lead you through and keep you strong. The message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is gospel. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man who doesn't believe in any other thing except he believes in Chukwu Okike Abiama. Chukwu Okike Abiama, which is the God of creation, the God that created you and I. That is the only God that that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu worship. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never worship idol or any other God. He says it in every of his broadcasts. Before ever he starts every broadcast, he prays. And we are following that same step. Every message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a gospel. I repeat, a gospel. But one thing you have to put your head into, put your mind sane. You have to use your common sense in everything you hear from now onwards. In 2022, every information you hear, you must keep your ears open and use your common sense. I'm going to give you an example of what is happening in the Christian fellowship. In Christendom, I can tell you that every word you see in the Bible is being written for a good purpose. Every word you see in the Bible is being written so that we can have an organized society and make people sane. It was written with good intention. Every message of Christ was preached with good intention. Every message of Christ was preached with good intention. The same way our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached every message that he has preached with good intention. But today, what do you see in Christianity? In Christianity, you see people using that same word that was preached by Jesus Christ with good intent to convert people and to make people behave well. You see some people using that same word to support evil in Christianity. That is what is happening. In Christian religion, you will see people using the Bible, Christianity that you know that the purpose of establishing that very Christianity, the purpose of even calling them Christian was because they have a Christ-like life, that life that is very, very pure and clean. Everything that Christ said in his gospel was good, for good intent. The same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached every message he preached with good intent and for corrections. The same way Christ preached everybody. But today, what do you see in Christianity? In Christianity, you see people using the Bible, using the words in the Bible, the words you see in the Bible, using it to support their evil deed. Does that make it real? Does it make it correct? It is absolutely not correct. That is where you apply your common sense. Just like you see people telling you, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. First of all, ask yourself, the person they are telling you to not to touch as an anointed, is that person truly an anointed person of God? Is that person truly anointed? Who is the person they are telling you not to touch? Each time you talk about the evil people in Christianity who are doing evil, when you talk about them, what you will hear, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. And when they say people who doesn't have their common sense, people who are not sane enough, who doesn't have that mental capacity to stand their attack, they withdraw. They will not say anything again because they don't want to have issue with God. I know Biafrans believe in God so much. Biafrans trust in Chukwu Abiyama and they believe so much. Once you mention God, everybody surrenders. But do you ask yourself, what is the intention of that very person mentioning God? I am saying this, bringing this illustration to compare it to what is happening in the struggle of Biafra today, mainly in the IPOB family. In IPOB family, go and check many platforms. You see many platforms playing the record of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, cutting out some parts of the record of mazi Nnamdi Kanu to support their evil deed. Some message that mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached with good intent. Some message that mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached to keep us awake. Some message that mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached to pass an information to make us to behave right. Some people today have extracted some of those messages to begin to do evil. They have extracted some of those messages to begin to work against that same man, mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is what is happening in the struggle for Biafra today. That is why I tell you, in the year 2022, you have to be more sane for you to survive. The wind that is blowing in 2022, it is going to blow so many people away. The wind is going to blow so many people away. It has started, and it's going to blow so many people away. You will see more propaganda. You will see more blackmail. You will see much more lies that looks like the truth, but they are not the truth. Each time you hear somebody telling you that mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, or projecting a matter that mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, do not believe them because they say mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. No, don't believe them. Even as I'm speaking to you, don't believe me because I'm talking about Biafra or because I'm calling mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name. No, that is not why you should believe me. What you have to do, just like mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say, when you are coming to the brokers, come with pen and paper. After you must have listened to the message, go back and make verification on every single thing you have heard to find out if it is the truth or lie. That is what you have to do. Don't just listen to people and carry their information simply because they told you they are members of IPOB. Simply because you see them using the picture of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, writing mazi Nnamdi Kanu in every aspect of their body. Some of them wearing mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their body. That is not the reason why you should believe people. In 2023, you will see more people who are coming with deceit. And they are going to use the message of mazi Nnamdi Kanu that mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached with good intent. Message that mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached to keep us awake on what is happening and keep us safe. Some people are going to use those messages to pursue an evil agenda, to confuse you. But just as mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say, when you are listening, come with your brain. Come with your common sense. When somebody is speaking to you, the first thing you have to check is that how truthful is that person? How truthful have that person been from the day one? Try to check the previous thing the person has said. How consistent has that person been? These are the questions. When you get the answer to this very question, then you will know if you will listen to that person, if you will follow the person or not. Each time you see somebody coming, using the picture of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, using the message of mazi Nnamdi Kanu to draw your attention, find out how consistent is that person. In his previous preachings, take your time. Don't be too much in a haste. That is why we miss it all the while. Some of us are so lazy that we don't make a verification because everything that is happening today before you and I, mazi Nnamdi Kanu have spoken about it. Every confusion that you have seen today, mazi Nnamdi Kanu, through the grace of Chukwu Abiyama, have given an answer to every question you are asking today. Every question you are asking today. But because we are so lazy, some of us cannot even refer back to those messages to go and listen on our own. Don't cut out a portion. When they cut out the portion, go and check for the full messages and know why mazi Nnamdi Kanu said what he said and on what occasion did he say that. Those are the way you can be able to find out the truth. The truth, those who are truthful. And again, you check the people who are talking to you, trying to convince you, how consistent have they been in the past? Consistency. Remember, the foundation of IPOB is built on truth. That is why each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you that IPOB is whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is how it's supposed to be. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always say it, that IPOB is whiter than white and whiter than snow. What does that tell you? The foundation of IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is built on truth. Not just truth, being consistent. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very consistent man. He has been consistent from 2012 up to this very minute. From the very first time he started the pursuit for the freedom of his own people, for self-determination, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been consistent. He has been asking for one thing. What is that thing he has been asking for? The freedom of the Biafran people. The old southeastern region, the present south-south and the southeast and the lower Benue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for the freedom of the 5 eastern states. He is not asking for the freedom of the Igbo people alone. He is not asking for the freedom of Ijaw people alone. He is not asking for the freedom of only the southern region alone. He is asking for the freedom of the former eastern region with the lower Benue, where we have our own people. This is the places Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for. And we will continue to stand on that. Up to date, as I'm speaking to you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still standing on that very demand. That is why he's still in captivity. Any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu changes his mind to give up on what he's asking for, you see, something will happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even as you're watching me now, they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bringing up different kinds of opportunities, bringing different kind of promise, making different kinds of bargain, asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the struggle of Biafra, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused. That is why they are torturing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS, as you're watching me. The only reason why they are torturing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS, why he's still in DSS, is because he has refused to drop the struggle for Biafra. They know that is the reason why they kidnapped him in the first place. The reason why the Janjaweed government went to Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and send him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition is because he has refused to drop the struggle of Biafra. He has continued to unveil the secrets, continue to expose the Janjaweed on their evil they are doing. He has been fighting for Biafra people, not just for Biafra people, fighting for every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria, making sure that they are free. The message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone very far, that he has gone to the extent of keeping awake every single indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria. They are very much awake now, and they know what is going on in the country of Nigeria. And many of them are asking for self-determination. That is why the Janjaweed are mad. That is why they went to Kenya to kidnap him. That is why they are still holding him in the DSS as you're watching me now. That is the only reason, nothing else. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to be selfish, if he wanted to be self-centered, he cared about himself alone, what he would do is just to tell them that he is no longer interested in the struggle for Biafra, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. But that is not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told us that it is either Biafra or death, that he is ready to give everything to make sure that Biafra comes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his own word, said, I will sacrifice everything sacrificable to make sure that Biafra comes. He went further to say that he will not betray us, but we will be the ones to betray him. And today, everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said is what is actually playing out before your own very eyes, before my eyes. Are we going to allow those people to continue to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? We won't allow it, not in 2022. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released in 2022 unconditionally. It doesn't matter what anybody said or does. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing, what anybody is saying from any angle they are coming from. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. Unconditionally, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must definitely be released. The struggle for the freedom of Biafrans is not about, we are not speaking against any religion. We are not speaking against any religion. We are asking for our freedom. It doesn't matter where you belong. It doesn't matter your religion in Biafra land. It doesn't matter your ethnic group. It doesn't matter where you belong. We are one people from one source, one father, one parents. That is what we are. Biafra people are one. It doesn't matter if you're from the hinterland. It doesn't matter if you're the coastal land. We are one people. We are one people, and we are fighting against one common enemy that is killing us. The only one common enemy is making sure that we do not survive is the Fulani Janjaweed. They are the people pushing the agenda to make sure that the Biafran people do not survive. And we will not allow them. They are the only common enemy we have, the enemy that we have that is oppressing every single Biafran, regardless your religion, regardless your tribe, regardless your location. In extension, the common enemy that the Janjaweed have, the common enemy that we have in the country of Nigeria, in extension, even against the Ududua and against every other indigenous tribe, are the Fulani Janjaweed. They are the enemy, and they are the ones that are killing every other tribe to take away their land by force. There's no other person. There's no other person. I am saying it to set the record straight. If you see anybody begin to tell you that it is your brother in the coastal region that is killing you, that is a pure lie. If anybody tells you that it's your own brother, our fellow brothers in the coastal land that is killing you in the hidden land, it is a pure lie. That is a blackmail. It's a lie. It's another lie to set us apart. It's another lie to destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built. Every single Biafran, we are from one parents and we are fighting one common enemy, which is the Fulani Janjaweed. They are the ones that are destroying us. As they are destroying us, they are using some people. There's no doubt about that. They are using some people in Biafra land. They are using some people in Biafra land. This is who they are using. Some of them are politicians. Some of them are pastors. Some of them are reverends. Some of them are members of IPOB. Some of them are Ijos. Some of them are Igbos. Some of them are Efik. They are from different tribes, from various tribes. They are using them, the Janjaweed are using them to fight against us in our own land. There are some people that Janjaweed are using to fight against us. That is the absolute truth. But let me tell you, do not come and tell me that my brother in the coastal region or my brother in the hinterland are the one killing them. They are not. That is a very wrong language to you, and that is the language of division, the language of the Janjaweed. It is the Janjaweed language. For us Biafrans, we are one people, from one source, from one parents. We are one. We almost have this one tradition. We have one tradition, and we almost have one religion. We eat the same food. We behave the same way. We have the same grandparents. We are one people. For anybody to come out and begin to turn us against each other, to tell us that our brothers are killing us, it is not our brothers that are killing us. The people that are killing us are the Fulani Janjaweed. They are the people that are killing us, using some of our people who have given themselves as a willing tool in their hand. And these people they are using, they are from different tribes, from different religion, from different ethnicity, killing the Biafrans. Some people who have sold their soul to the devil, they have sold their soul to the devil that because of what they will eat, because of porridge, because of what they will eat, because of salary, they kill their own people with impunity. They don't care. There are some people, these Fulani Janjaweed are using, even Biafrans, even people who claim to be agitators, even members of IPOB, that the Fulani Janjaweed are using to kill us and demonize us and create division. And we must not allow it in 2022. You can see they have started early. They have started early. They have started early. Some of them are telling us that it is our brothers in the coastal area that are killing us. That is our brothers in the coastal region. When you are talking about the militants in the coastal region are fighting for one single thing, and they are fighting against the federal government. You know that, I know that. The militants in the coastal region are fighting against the federal government of Nigeria because of the destruction they are doing in the coastal part of Nigeria, in the coastal region of Nigeria. That is what the militants are fighting. The militants are fighting the Janjaweed government head on. They are not fighting another person. They are not fighting Biafrans. The militants are not fighting Biafra, and they have never fought Biafra. Instead, they were fighting for Biafra. The militants fought for Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself have commended them so many times on his national broadcast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have commended them. And most times they have played their own role. When the time calls, when duty calls, they come up. When duty calls, they come up. They have played some major role in the struggle for Biafra. You cannot deny that. You cannot throw that away. That is why we have to be focused and stop this issue of division. And when you come to Biafra land, Biafra we don't have any minority in Biafra. We have one family in Biafra. One family, every single Biafra, regardless the name you bear, regardless your religion, we are one family. There is no minority in Biafra land. That a father gave birth to so many children, and those sons married their children and gave birth to other children, does not mean that they're not part of the family. the father of the family remains one. The father of the family remains one. The father of Biafra remains one. We are from one source and one people. There is no minority in Biafra land. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the language you speak. It doesn't matter there is no minority in Biafra land. The father Biafra have given birth to so many nations, that we know. Biafra gave birth to so many nations. And mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it that when Biafra comes, every single nation, little nation that is in Biafra land will stand on their own. But for now, we are fighting as Biafran. They know us as Biafran. Just as the Americans know themselves as Americans, British know themselves as British. We are Biafrans. We are not talking about tribe. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about, we know ourselves as one people. And in that we stand. Anybody that is telling you that your fellow Biafran is the one killing you is a deceiver, causing confusion among us. And we will not allow that. We will not allow that. Do not take your brother as an enemy. None of our brothers is killing us. There are some agents, there is no lie about that. There are some agents everywhere that is being paid by the enemy to kill us. And those agents are everywhere. When you are fighting for freedom, even in the United States, there are still some people who are Americans who are fighting against them. In UK, there are people who are from UK who are fighting against them. Those people will always be there. But what are you going to do? The people who are fighting for legitimate rights of the people are in the majority. Majority of Biafrans know what they want. They know that they want self-determination for us to decide our fate. And we are requesting for self-determination through a referendum. That is what we are pursuing. That is the foundation mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. And we are following that foundation head on. We are not looking back. It doesn't matter what anybody says or what anybody does. We will continue to follow that condition until the last minute. When Biafra come, and even after Biafra have come, we will continue to sensitization to remove the dirty things that we have swallowed from the Janjaweed government that is causing trouble in Biafra land. Biafra people are one. And one thing again I want to address. Let me tell you, if anybody is telling you that civil disobedience in Biafra land will not work, that person is a deceiver. That person is a deceiver. Civil disobedience is the only thing that is going to give us what we are looking for, and we will continue to pursue it. I heard from the broadcast that was made during the time of New Year, the last broadcast event, they said that they are talking about Independence Day on 30th May instead of the Heroes Day we are celebrating. They are talking about Independence Day. This is another deception. It's another deception, and we will not buy into it. The earlier the leadership of IPOB begin to wake up and follow the right path, the better for them. This is not attacking them. When we are pointing out critical issues, they have to listen. The only thing that will make them not to listen, or when they are playing against the rule of mazi Nnamdi Kanu or standing against what mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for. Biafra nation. Biafra is a nation that has been existing, still existing, and still in existence. Biafra has been a nation that existed for 3 good years and was recognized until the Janjaweed came and said, no victor, no vanquish. Even in the no victor, no vanquish, they did not keep to it because they talked about the 3 R, the reintegration, the reconstruction, and the rehabilitation. They did not do any one of them. They did not reintegrate us. We reintegrate ourselves. They said no. They did not rehabilitate our soldiers. We rehabilitate ourselves. They said no. They did not reconstruct our land. We reconstructed our land. Yet they didn't accept it. They didn't accept us. They took us away and they don't want us. And since they said that no victor, no vanquish, Biafra war continues and Biafra continues to exist in our heart. It's still existing. If you think that Biafra is something you want to declare, Biafra is still in it. What we are talking about is the restoration. Go and watch the message of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about restoration of Biafra. Biafra have been declared and it is still existing. Continue to exist. Biafra is a nation. We already have our money. We already have our national anthem. We already have everything you can think of. Biafra have it. What we are talking about is restoration. Restoration is what you should be talking about. And when you are talking about restoration, do you know what will bring restoration of Biafra? The only thing that is going to bring restoration of Biafra is what? Civil disobedience. It is the massive civil disobedience will lead us into the restoration of Biafra. in the civil disobedience, which we are now starting with sitting at home on Sunday and on Monday, and every other day that will be added. And again, the economic sabotage that we're going to impose on the Janjaweed government, from the local government that is paying to Janjaweed to the state government that is paying to Janjaweed and the federal government in Biafra land, anything that they are offering, anything they are taking as revenue, we will stop them from taking it. And other steps, one after the other, that will lead us into the restoration of Biafra. Do not talk about any Independence Day celebration. That is a lie. That is a deceit. And that is exposing our people to danger. When you are talking about independence celebration, you are talking about declaration of Biafra. That is what it means. Each time you see something, that is a deceitful language. When you hear somebody that is telling you that is going to celebrate independence of Biafra, you are actually telling the Janjaweed government that you are going to declare Biafra. Declaration of Biafra, that is what it means. When you are talking about declaration of Biafra, you are talking about, when you are talking about Independence Day, what you are literally saying is that you want to declare Biafra. And you are doing exactly the same thing some idiots have done in the past. You are making the struggle of Biafra a caricature, and that's not what it's supposed to be. You and I know that before you will get such an independence you're talking about to make such an open celebration, that there are certain legal procedures that have to be followed. We know that Biafra have been existing, still existing. But when you want to implement it the way you're talking, there must have to be some legal backups. It will not be because you said it that the international community will recognize it because you said you are declaring independent. You just say it and the international community will recognize you. They won't. Even during the time of civil war, when Biafra was existing for 3 years, it's only few countries that recognize Biafra. There are procedures for us to get what we are looking for. You do not start from counting from 10 to 1. You start counting from 1 to 10. It is the civil disobedience that you start from. From that civil disobedience, in Biafra land, you increase it from state to state, and the world will be watching. The world will be watching you, and they'll be asking questions. They will know that the Janjaweed are not in control of the Biafra land. They are no longer in control, including their politicians. They will be very much aware. Why did you think that the politicians were mad when we were doing the Monday sit at home? Why did you think that they were talking about the sit at home? When we were doing Monday sit at home, seriously, go to their media. Every media was talking about the sit at home. Every media. The last 30th May that we held in Biafra land, even the international media carried it. They were showing it. Go and check people who were being interviewed during that very time. All of them were saying that the politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria have lost legitimacy. If we have continued to hold it strong, when the people are telling the world that these politicians have lost the legitimacy, what is it telling you? That it is time for Biafrans to be on their own. That will draw the attention of the international community to come. The international community cannot come because you just say you want to celebrate an independent day. What independent are you celebrating? What are nonsense? You are only exposing Biafrans to more killing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself know that Biafra has been in existence. Biafra have been declared before. You are not declaring any other Biafra. You are going to restore Biafra. Restoration is what you are doing. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose 30th May to remember the heroes who have fallen on that declaration. We are remembering them on 30th May, and that is the right thing to do, to continue to do. It is not yet time to make any independence celebration. That is a joke, the greatest joke of all time. The biggest joke of 2022 and the biggest deception of 2022. When you are making an announcement of your celebration of independence, you are only telling the Janjaweed to come and kill more Biafrans on 30th. You are still in occupation. Nigerian government are still occupying Biafra land, and there is no plan whatsoever for you to defend Biafra land after the declaration. You don't have any plan. Because when you are talking about Independence Day, what it means is declaration of Biafra. That is the real meaning of that very independent you are talking. You are telling us that you want to declare Biafra on 30th May. That is what you are telling us, that you want to declare Biafra on 30th May. And do you know what it takes to declare Biafra? I am going to tell you what it takes to declare Biafra today. For those of you who are already jumping up and say that it is not a good development. This is a confusion from the pit of hell. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got the seat at home that we are doing from the furnace of prayer. After praying for Chukwu Kabiama, people were blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of the killings of the people of Biafra. Every time we protest, they kill us, we protest, they kill us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prayed that Chukwu Kabiama told him it is the right time to embark on civil disobedience through sit at home. And since then, the killing have reduced. We sit at home to air our opinion. And even through that sit at home, people are hearing about our plight more than ever. People are hearing about Biafra issue through the sit at home more than ever. The whole world, they are listening. Everybody's watching through the sit at home. Why won't you encourage the sit at home? Why won't you encourage the sit at home? Why did they sit? Why did they sit? Why are you now trying to bring out Biafrans to be killed and slaughtered more? Already you see the python that they happen in Biafra land. You see the military that he pushed down to the Biafra land. No senator is talking about it, pulling that out of these idiots. You are not even making any plan to drive away the Janjaweed that is in Biafra land today, killing innocent people. You are not addressing Hope Uzodinma. As I'm speaking to you, Hope Uzodinma is still killing Biafran people. They said that today he's going to name the people who he claimed are the people sponsoring the insecurity in Imo State. When you are not know that he is the sponsor of the trouble that's happening in Imo State. He is the one sponsoring it by himself. You know that, I know that. You are not addressing it. You are not doing anything about it. You are busy trying to expose us more to the enemy. What a shame. Biafrans, I said in 2022, you have to keep your brains open. You have to be mentally sound for you to survive in 2022. If you're not mentally sound, you might not be able to see the end of 2022. This is why we have to continue to speak up. We have to continue to speak up. When you are talking about Independence Day, you are talking about the declaration of Biafra. And there is no pointer to show us that you are ready to defend it. There's no pointer to that. The only thing that should concern IPOB today, as I'm speaking to you, is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which will lead us to the main event of the restoration of Biafra. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And how are you going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I stand 100% with what our brother Simon Epa said, that until we make the Janjaweed government know that it is much more expensive to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside than to leave him outside, that is when he will be free. And how are we going to do that? We will do that by civil disobedience. We will do that by economic sanction on the Janjaweed government. We will do that by making sure we intensify in everything we are doing. The struggle now has to be in Biafra land, not even abroad. And what baffles me is the inconsistency that's continued to happen in this very regime, in these people who are supposed to run their affairs, who are supposed to know better. You were here when the whole Biafrans were on fire all over the world. Biafrans were on fire all over the world, protesting. All of a sudden, the protest was halted. He said, no more protest, only go to the Kenya embassy. From there, every protest stopped. There was no longer protest. Nothing was done. Just the same way the sit-at-home was killed, Protest International was killed. And today, somebody is waking up to begin to revise back, to start afresh. We have gone past that level. We have outgrown and gone that level. In the level we are now is in the level to actualize Biafra, in the level to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. That is the level we are now. The level of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is where we are. And the only way we can be able to activate it is by civil disobedience. Let me tell you, the political solution that so many people have spoken about, they have talked about, even the same people who are telling you that politicians are doing something, that elders are doing something, finally have come out to admit that these politicians and elders are good for nothing. They will never do anything. And I see no reason why it took them too long to realize this. When you claim to have worked with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for years, so many of them claim to work with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for years. So many of them claim that they were the people that established IPOB with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many of them claim one thing or the other. But all of a sudden, they don't know whom they are following. They don't know where he has started. They don't know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done in the past. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given so many chances to political solution. It never worked. Even our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, gave chance for political solution for Biafra. It never worked. When it comes to the issue of Biafra, political solution, it doesn't work. And this time, the only way we can be able to push them to the wall is by civil disobedience. Let them themselves call for the political solution, not us. They will be the one to call for it this time. I applaud the elders who has made the move. They have made the move. Okay, they have made the move. But for that very political solution to have effect, it is the civil disobedience that you and I will embark on. That is what is going to make us to be able to have the political solution have effect. Political solution they're talking about. These politicians were the people that went to the home of mazi Nnamdi Kanu to kill 28 able men, able Biafrans, because of political solution. Because they called mazi Nnamdi Kanu for meeting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went for the meeting. They were talking about restructuring. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, you're going for restructuring. Go and get me restructuring. I am not going to step down on the self-determination I'm fighting for my people. I will continue to hold my self-determination. When you bring the restructuring there, we will now decide on what to do. What did they do? They left. When they went to go and bring restructuring, what did they bring? They went and brought the Python dance. The Python dance that took away 28 men and took away the life of the parents of Asula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Python dance that destroyed the palace of the king. The Python dance that sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to exile, that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Chukwu by his grace alone saved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Python dance took away the life of Jack, the dog of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Destroyed everything. And today, you are now still talking about the political solution. Dim Odumoevu Ojukwu went, our eternal leader, went to Aburi. He went to Aburi to talk about political solution. The restructuring they're talking about today, Dim Odumoevu Ojukwu, for political solution, in order to have war, he went to Aburi to discuss. What did they do? They turned it down. They never accepted it. Every discussion was made. It was okay, political solution. But the destroyers, they came down and killed 5 million plus and still killing up to today. And all of a sudden, somebody came with that same agenda again, and you rushed and embraced the person. Even the person that they give you that promise is a politician. Politician that you know that don't have a single truth in their mouth. Liars. They can lie and lie and lie on daily basis. Can you give me the reason why you believe a politician for a promise that he made without any evidence? Because of a single promise, you dropped the thing that you are holding, the tangible protest you are doing, which is sit at home that have given birth to that very political solution. Sit at home that have given birth to make the politicians, the Janjaweed government to begin to shake, to begin to shiver, and begin to put the politicians in the Biafra land on a hot seat. It was the civil disobedience that put them on a hot seat. They begin to run to Abuja on daily basis. Instead of you to continue to hold on that until you get a positive result. You didn't. Just because we promise, everybody relax. We couldn't even hold a protest for good 1 year. It is just 6 months plus. Just 6 months plus. Just 6 months plus. We couldn't even hold protest for consecutively complete 6 months. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. For a man that was kidnapped, a man that is the head of the highest mass movement in the planet Earth. The highest mass movement in the planet Earth, the man that is in charge, the supreme leader of IPOB, was kidnapped in Kenya. Kidnapped and sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. We couldn't protest for good 6 months. What a shame. And today somebody is coming to begin to take us back. Somebody is coming to begin to declare Biafra. You are declaring Biafra. On what basis? On what basis are you declaring Biafra? When you are talking about celebration of independence, you are automatically sending a signal to the Janjaweed government that you are declaring Biafra. And that is what it means. That is the real meaning of declaring. That is the real meaning. That is the real meaning. And I'm going to play for you a video. This video I'm going to play for you is going to show you what our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about declaration of Biafra. You are going to hear directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu what he said about the declaration of Biafra. You're not going to hear it from me. Directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, listen to the voice. What he said about the declaration of Biafra. To show you that some people who you are following are the wrong people. People who are supposed to know. It's either they know and they are pretending for one reason or the other, or they don't know. They claim to be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, claim to have established IPOB with him, but yet they are standing on a different platform. They are not standing on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached and said is what they are standing against. Now, I am going to play for you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said about declaration of Biafra. Hear directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's watch.
And stand on the street corner. If she doesn't have bread, because that is what she is used to. Anytime you have these hungry people run out of money, they try to make so much noise to attract the attention of the zoo government so that their money can start flowing again. But am I going to declare Biafra? The answer is no. You people will declare Biafra or give us the mandate. I said us, not me. Give us the mandate to declare Biafra. Before Ojukwu declared Biafra, he was given a mandate. Then the...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that very clear? I am not going to declare Biafra. You people will give me the mandate. The people will decide. Listen to this again. I'm going to play the record again. I'm going to play it in full again for you to listen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very clear. For somebody who is coming to tell you that he's going to celebrate an independent day, somebody telling you that he's going to celebrate an independent day, which is a declaration of Biafra. That is what it literally means. That is the literal meaning of that independence celebration. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he will not do so until the whole Biafrans come together to give him the mandate. I am going to play this video in full. Listen very carefully, and you will hear every single word that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said and how he explained the issue of Biafra and the declaration. Watch.
And stand on the street corner. If she doesn't have bread, because that is what she is used to. Anytime you have these hungry people run out of money, they try to make so much noise to attract the attention of the zoo government so that their money can start flowing again. But am I going to declare Biafra? The answer is no. You people will declare Biafra or give us the mandate. I said us, not me. Give us the mandate to declare Biafra. Before Ojukwu declared Biafra, he was given a mandate. Then the cockroach, the hotelier, came and was declaring Biafra. I think after every 6 months he would declare Biafra, and nothing happened. They will settle him. He went and sat down. Another person came out a few days ago to say he's declaring Biafra. It is an insult to our collective intelligence that anybody should come out to declare anything without proper consultation. You know, they try to accuse us of not consulting properly. What we are doing is the groundwork. Our people are Republicans. Our people are Democrats by nature. Everybody wants to be consulted. And when the time comes, everybody will be consulted. As I said before, they tried to push me to declare Biafra. And I said, no, I cannot declare Biafra. I don't have the authority. I am not Biafra. I am a Biafran citizen. Only one person among 70 million people. I don't have that power nor the right to do so. I am not a dictator. The reason why we put IPOB on the straight and narrow is because we need to enforce discipline. There is a level of discipline you require when you are facing a very recalcitrant enemy or when you are surrounded by enemies. That is only what we try to instill inside IPOB. That doesn't mean when it comes to the issue of governance or matters of state, we now arrogate powers to ourselves. No, we're not going to do that. What we'll do is to wait for you Biafrans to say, now is the time to go ahead. Everybody will be involved. And then Biafra, you cannot declare Biafra without defending your borders. It doesn't make any sense. The day we are declaring Biafra, we are defending our borders that same day. If we see any Janjaweed, that Janjaweed is dead. If they fly their aeroplane, we bring it down. So we know what we are doing. I don't want people to rush us. We want to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. We know what we are doing. Our people should not be in a hurry. Nobody is in more, should I say, urgent need of Biafra more than myself, because we have suffered and have continued to suffer. But we must do it accordingly, or else our people will break away. Some of them break and run back to Fulani and say this is not what we planned, and they go and connive with them. We want to make sure that every avenue for saboteurs is shut down. Every avenue of the escape will be shut down. People should believe in what we are doing. Our strategy is spot on, and we can never fail. I am not going to declare any Biafra, not now, until you give me the mandate to do so, because we are Democrats. Any idiot can declare whatever he or she thinks works for them. If the zoo can give them money because they declared Biafra, that's all. But I know that the DSS is behind it. As I said, there was an article written. They did it in order to show to think that the world will buy this nonsense that IPOB, this noble family, is divided. That's all. So this person has his own faction when it's a lie, a proper lie. It was DSS that declared Biafra. The Department of State Secret Service in Nigeria, State Police, they're the ones that declared it. Because these are their agents. They give money to them. But you can see how we all responded. Nobody accepted that garbage because we have not finished doing the groundwork. I know we are all in a hurry, but in due time or in due course, you will give us the mandate to declare Biafra, and then Biafra will be declared. Then that same minute, we are defending our borders. That same minute, our army will be unveiled. You don't sit in your house when you run out of money. Or pipeline security contract, you want a new one to be renewed because Dangote is now canvassing for security guard to guard his pipeline from Bayelsa to Lagos, his new refinery. You now come up with this gimmick so they can give you money. So these are hungry people, and we are not. No declaration of Biafra until we have your mandate to do so. That's number one. Number two, I will not lead Biafra. There are people, I believe, who will be more competent than myself to lead Biafra when the time comes. Only Biafrans can choose who is going to lead them. And Biafra will not even have a chairman or a president. My recommendation, which I will urge people to vote for in a referendum, is to have a confederate system and to have premiers managing each and every of the regions. That is what we are going to do. That is something we must understand. A prime minister, yes, but not a president. We are not going to concentrate power in the hands of only one man. It is not going to happen. Very, very important that we understand this, please.
Did you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I think I'm going to end the program here because he has said it all. The only thing I want you to go home with, share this video to all platforms, share it to your family and friends, share it to everybody. Have it at the bottom. I said in 2022, open up your brain in every statement you hear. Use your brain in everything you hear. Every message you hear, put it on your brain. When they are using that language, when they use that language, independent, what independent means is declaration of Biafra. That is the literal meaning of Independence Day celebration. When they are telling you that on 30th May, we will do independence celebration, it is declaration of Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is telling us that Biafra cannot be declared like that. That before Biafra will be declared, there will be a proper consultation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went further to tell us that the duty of IPOB is to sensitize the people now. That is our duty. Sensitization, keeping the people awake, building bridges, keeping everybody in check, putting all of us together, uniting our brothers, both the coastal region, the hinterland, every single person making us stand as one. That is the duty of IPOB. When it comes to declaration of Biafra, every single soul in Biafra land will be consulted. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. And all of a sudden, we wake up to see somebody come and give a broadcast and telling us that he's going to celebrate Independence Day on the 30th day, that he's going to declare Biafra on the 30th day. This is a blackmail. This is just not right. It is not right. They are exposing our people to more danger and making the southeastern Nigeria more dangerous than ever. That is what they are trying to do. Even when we are trying to save many lives, to make sure we stop the killing that is happening in Biafra land, they are doing everything possible to make sure that the killing continues. They are doing everything possible to make sure that the insecurity continues. That is why somebody will wake up from his or her sleep and begin to talk about Independence Day, which is declaration of Biafra. Something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself said that no single Biafra has the right, not him, not anybody, not anybody. There's nobody that has had that power to do except every single Biafran is being consulted. After the consultation, then Biafra will be declared. And once it's been declared, that we will defend Biafra with every part of our body. We will defend Biafra with everything we have, and no jet fighter can fly over Biafra land. Anything that flies over Biafra land, we bring it down. Now, somebody is telling you that he wants to declare Biafra on 30th. What are the pointers to show you that he's going to defend it, or he is going to defend it? Who has he consulted? Who was consulted? Nobody was consulted. Instead, you are busy demonizing our brothers in the coastal region. You are busy creating more division. If they know what is right for them, what they are supposed to be doing now is to make sure they go back to the drawing board and unite the home that they have destroyed. The IPOB family that they have destroyed, that should be their primary aim, to unify the IPOB again. Bring everybody under one umbrella and pursue the unconditional release of mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure he's been released in few months to come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter the angle you're coming from. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally, whether they like it or not. He must be released, and very soon. And very soon. So whatever we are saying, every critical criticism that we are presenting is to keep them on the safe path. To keep them on the safe path, because some of them are going to commit suicide. Some of them are going to commit suicide because of what they are doing today. The shame that is going to overshadow them when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out cannot be mentioned. Some of them will rather die than to be alive to see what will happen when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be freed. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing from any angle. He will definitely be freed, and very, very soon. Sooner than later, he will be freed. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that have listened to this broadcast. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that is watching the broadcast, and every hand that have shared this broadcast. Everywhere you have shared it, and people who will share it in time to come. May Chukwu Okike continue to bless you, prosper you, and secure you wherever you are. You will never dash your foot against a stone. 2022 will never swallow you. We are going to see the beginning and the end of the 2022. 2022 will never see our end. We will move into Biafra land alive. We will celebrate Biafra. And our Sholo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be free. May Chukwu Okike God and protect every Oduduwa person. May Chukwu Okike God and protect every Oduduwa person and every Middle Belter, every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria that are genuinely fighting for that which is right. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect them. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect Sunday Igboho, secure him and set him free so that he will continue to struggle very soon. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect our spiritual Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike continue to minister healing unto him. May Chukwu Okike continue to send doctors to continue to minister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing will happen to him. No weapon formed or fashioned against our spiritual Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Very, very soon, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us and we will celebrate in Biafra land. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. May Chukwu Okike bless every hand that is watching, every hand that we share, wherever you are. If you are in Biafra land, you will never lose your life. If you are in Biafra land, you are secured. Chukwu Okike will continue to hold you strong, and no weapon shall come against you. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember us. Hope I will see you again tomorrow, and we will continue from there on more exposition. We are not preaching hate. It is not about hate. It's not about attack. But truth is what we are preaching. The truth and nothing but the truth. Stand on the truth. Do not support people because of whom they are, because of what they claim to be, because of what they are presenting to you. Support the truth that they are speaking. Even if you hate the person, if you hate the person that is talking, if the person is speaking the truth, support the truth. Support the truth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave us that charge that we should follow the truth no matter where it leads us to. Even if the truth will make us to disobey those whom you're supposed to obey, disobey them, so long you are standing on the truth. That is the right thing to do. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again by the special grace of Chukwu Okike by tomorrow. Thank you, and remember this.